At first sight, the ingredients might have seemed unimaginative. Clump together a group of wealthy, ageing women and then film their everyday lives. But whether you like these characters or loathe them, the series has become must-see TV for millions of viewers, with everything from spending sprees to backstabbing and bling. Sharon Alfonsi now with some Real Housewives, not nearly as desperate as you might think.
Meet the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Maybe I told her I was going to kick her ass, but...
The rest of the country may be suffering a recession, but on one of Bravo's top reality shows, there are no signs of it. In the season premiere, housewife Teresa whips up a $120,000 furniture bill in a single visit, then proceeds to pay with $100 bills.
$120,360, $120,360.
They make no apologies for their big homes, big hair, or big attitudes.
You're either going to love me or hate me. There is no in-between with me.
Each city has its own characters and feel, with one big thing in common. The women have money and a propensity to spend it.
I need a camera. I want to show Bobby so he can write a check right now.
The housewives in Orange County love their Pinot Grigio and fake tans. Almost all of the Atlanta women are current or former wives of professional sports stars.
I was married to Bob Woodfield, an NFL player. What I want out of this divorce is a lump sum, some 7 figures.
The New York show goes inside the city's social climbing elite. And now, New Jersey, which may as well be called the Real Housewives of the Sopranos.
If you're going to mess with my family, you're messing with me.
Ratings for the latest season of EOC Housewives are up 45%, New York up 62%, and the New Jersey premiere brought in a record 1.7 million households, drawing one of the wealthiest and most educated audiences in all of cable.
Talk about these shoes.
The shoes? Well, I think everyone needs a little height.
Do you wear these?
I would totally wear
Where would you wear these shoes?
At home.
We hung out with the newest cast at a New Jersey diner where they were posing for a People magazine shoot. Meet Dina Manzo.
If you think I'm a bitch, then bring it on.
She and her sister Caroline married brothers and are now the core of the Jersey show.
Let me tell you something about my family. We are thick as thieves, and we protect each other to the end.
It scares me when you say it.
Really? When you say, I really meant it that day. So
I'm sure you've read all the blogs and people talking saying, she's Carmela Soprano.
I am Carmela Soprano in one respect. I would make a cannoli pie to bring to somebody for my child. I say I'm June Cleaver and I'm Sharon Osbourne. If you shook them up in a bag, that's what you're going to find when you get me at the end of the day. I am a modern day mother, but I have the values of yesterday. And you have to pick and choose your battles.
I cannot stomach you. I do not like you as a person.
And there are plenty of battles, most notably between New York housewives Bethany Frankel and Kelly Ben-Simone, debating their social status.
We're not friends. We're not the same, okay? This is you, this is me.
Who's going to write that? Right. And who's, I mean, it's incredible. When I heard from the producers that this had happened, I just couldn't believe it.
Andy Cohen is the head of original programming at Bravo. He oversees the housewife empire.
I love it. And it's fascinating, and I can't get enough of it. It's like crack cocaine that has no side effects. It's perfectly legal, and you can do it again and again.
We are not friends. We will never be friends.
Correct, we won't.
Okay, good. So I'm just glad that you understand.
So you invited me to just here just to make yourself feel better? People want to know, was that all for real?
The calamity was an 8-minute unedited scene. It is completely real. Everything that is on the show is real. And I think that really, really got people so crazy and provoked such a visceral reaction because everybody was in high school. And they all know that there was a person who really, really thought that they were up here and that everybody else was down here. And so everybody gets back to their high school cafeteria, and most people were nerds, and most people weren't the cool person, and I think it just drove people crazy, and people wanted to jump into the television set.
I don't want to know you. You have a great life. Later.
That fight is a good example of how the show has pervaded the popular culture. It's become an ongoing feud in the tabloids.
I mean, it's just I'm here and you're here. Right.
Inspired cartoons on YouTube. and had fans proclaiming they're on Team Bethany. But why would anyone want to watch hours of bickering, backstabbing, and social climbing?
I love sociology. I love the way people relate to each other. This is a study in affluent human interplay and the manners and etiquette and social mores of a certain set of people. If anyone feels guilty watching the show, that's a way to justify it. It is sociology of the affluent.
Isn't it incredible?
But what about that recession? Cohen makes no apologies for the conspicuous, often crass spending habits the women display, even as the rest of